Christians, my friend Mike here gets it wrong like so many people. He says to me that I am 100% wrong that we have a choice. In other words, he is saying that he is assuming that I have made the case that men do not have a choice, a case which he nor any of you have ever heard me say. Never once have I ever said that men do not have choices. The problem with men and his sin and salvation and how salvation is acquired and accomplished has nothing to do with the choices that are laid out. The choices are only two: life or death. Now, the issue isn't the choices. Because you have choices, choices have no indication as to what your final outcome will be. Choices have nothing to do, the choices of life and death have nothing to do with your ability to choose one or the other. Has nothing to do. Choices have nothing to do with how you exercise and exert your will. What I have talked about is this: man does not have a free will. To that, he can't deny, nor can anyone else deny, because there's nothing in the Bible ever that says that man has a free will or that God gave man a free will. That is nowhere in the Bible. Although the Bible clearly lays out the choices that men have. But again, the problem with the condition of man and his ability or capability to choose this or to choose that has nothing to do with the choices itself. There is nothing inherent in any choice that makes a man make a choice. It is the will that we're talking about that is affected. It is the will that is what's affected in a negative way that would otherwise enable a man to choose salvation. My statement is plain. Because of the depravity of man that is inherent in his nature, he will never choose what is righteous and holy. And in this context, he will never choose life. Man can never choose life unless he is given a new heart by God. A new heart that is then able and willing and does choose life. God does not give a new heart because that person that receives it won't choose life. The whole reason for God taking out a heart of stone in his people and giving them a heart of flesh, the whole reason is for him to get them to choose life, which every single person whose heart has been changed by God, they chose life. Even though life was already presented, they had no ability to choose it. And the reason why is because of the inadequacy and the anemic nature of man's sin. Man chooses to make choices that are always sinful because his nature is sinful. Be provoked and be persuaded.